the idea of you relative to everything else is the root of all of that psychological suffering. So yeah, I think that's where it comes from. And to Nick and Ray, I
Yeah.
would love to hear your experiences. I know Ray's been very open about his past experiences, but just experiencing more and more freedom, I guess, is another way to throw it out there with you, Nick. Have you seen more of that as you've let go of trying to define yourself and having this solidified idea of yourself as something separate from reality, and coming back to just recognizing that you're one with the flow of existence, of reality, that you've just been able to embody more and more freedom and experienced less of that, any level of anxiety or depression along with that journey of letting go?
Yeah, so I take on a little bit of a complicated approach to this. I'm really big on like looking at science too, like how the human body functions. Like that's something that's really interesting to me, like how all of it is so connected. And so one of the things that I really dove into was the neural pathways that I had created inside my own head. And I didn't realize how important they were in my experience altogether. Like they were literally why I viewed the world the way I viewed it, why I felt the way I felt, and all those things. And so after I became aware of that, and then I learned psychedelics to kind of be like a clean slate of that, I went through the process of now kind of curating what it is that I wanted to be like and wanted to experience. And so I would say the freedom it's amazing, because you realize, like we said earlier, labels are limits. And that's what it's always been. It's been me looking outside of myself for the validation that's already been right here. And as soon as I looked right here instead of out there, I realized how deep it was, how much wealth was inside of myself that I was trying to get out here, that all the riches, anything I could have ever wanted was right here. Because if I have $1 or $1 billion, I'm the exact same person.
That was awesome. I really enjoyed how you said that. That was fantastic. I wanted to say quickly that it's interesting to me because when I was in that state of being suicidal and thinking about self-harm, it wasn't just myself I wanted to hurt. I hated everything. I hated the world. Like everything was resent and pain and suffering, and it was all resent. Like it was all revolving around me and about how it wasn't fair. And if there was a God, he hated me, and the whole thing. It was just this massive, massive narrative. And what I think is so interesting is that when you get out of that, it's not like self-harm is no longer an option. It's that you're no longer the self that you were harming.